reminds me of the backyard.
Something tells me we're not going fishing this weekend.
That should make you happy.
Blow it out your shorts, Ron.
Dad can fix us, right, Nick?
I think so.
Oh, great.
You'd think a movie about shrinking things in a suburban neighborhood means tiny stakes, but Honey, I Shrunk the Kids manages to take its wacky concept and turn it into a dramatic adventure movie, including lavish sets, high production values, and heartfelt moments. Directed by Joe Johnston, the film went through several names before a single line of dialogue gave it the final title, and was a surprising box office success, holding the record for highest grossing live-action Disney film for 5 years. Quirky inventor Wayne Zelinsky labours over a machine he's designed to shrink objects to an almost obsessive degree, worrying his devoted family. His son Nick is also an aspiring inventor. Wayne's work often disturbs his neighbours, the Thompsons.
I'll break his arm.
One day, the youngest Thompson son, Ron, accidentally pitches a baseball through Wayne's laboratory window and activates the erratic machine, shrinking himself and Nick when they attempt to retrieve the ball. Nick's sister Amy and Ron's older brother Russ are also shrunk when they go looking for their missing siblings. Wayne's failure to get the machine working earns him the ridicule of his colleagues, and once he gets home, he partially destroys the machine, unaware of the shrunken children as he sweeps them into the trash. Escaping the trash bag, they realise they're at the curb and have to trek across the overgrown Zelinsky yard to return home. The Thompsons and Wayne's wife Diane file a missing persons report for the children. However, Wayne works out what happened and begins searching for the shrunken kids all over the house. He convinces Diane too, and she soon joins the search. Meanwhile, the kids face many dangers and odd phenomena in the yard. Amy nearly drowns when the sprinklers are turned on, they find a discarded giant cookie to feast on, and make friends with a forager ant that they name Auntie. They're later attacked by a giant scorpion, though Auntie sacrifices himself to save them. They nearly die once again when Nick's friend Tommy arrives to mow the lawn, though Wayne and Diane cut the power just in time. They hitch a ride on the Zelinsky dog Quark and get back inside the house, attracting Wayne's attention and telling him how to fix the machine. With the kids restored, all is well. Months later, the Zelinskys and the Thompsons share a Thanksgiving meal with an oversized turkey. Performance-wise, the kids are suited just fine. Though archetypes of suburban America, jock, popular girl, nerdy kid, etc., they inhabit the roles well and sell the illusion that they really have been shrunk. However, Rick Moranis as Wayne feels wasted here. He seems to have been denied the chance to rewrite his lines to express his comedy, in favour of a fairly straight-laced performance. The scenes of him climbing along the fence to avoid squashing the kids underfoot, or suspending himself over the yard with a ridiculous helmet, should be funny, but they're not. However, the technical expertise is there for this film, especially for 1989. The giant set pieces to mimic a gigantic backyard, the special effects, and the danger are all remarkably well crafted to live up to the film's premise. The story among the blades of grass does hook you. Whether it's sleeping in a Lego brick or almost being cut to pieces by a lawnmower, you can't help but smile at the ingenuity of it all. But the surrounding story is thin and uninspiring. 4 kids disappear and yet the parents all react in a slow daze. A blast of comedy, especially from Rick Moranis, would have made this side story much more interesting. Instead, these scenes become a drudge, and you can't help but pray for them to be short, sooner to return to the shrunken action. In any case, there's a lot to like about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Under another director, the premise could have quite easily become a caricature of itself, but Joe Johnston manages to ground it enough that it doesn't fall into flubber territory. And it's little surprise that a couple of sequels and a spin-off TV show followed in the 1990s. And now with Rick Moranis coming out of semi-retirement, a legacy sequel, Shrunk, is already in the works, but it remains to be seen whether it'll live up to the hype of the original.